Good evening, everyone. According to our clock, it is 6:30. Appreciate all of you showing up this evening to join us for the City Council meeting and public hearing of February 2nd, 2026. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Note for the record that all members of council are present and accounted for except for Councilman Brady, who won't be able to join us this evening. And as you may know, if you've ever been here before, we begin all our meetings with a Pledge of Allegiance. So if you're willing and able, please stand and join us. First item up on our agenda this evening is a proclamation for the Pedal Forward Foundation. I'll be presenting that proclamation. If Mr. Jonathan Ty will join me right front here, please.
Jonathan.
You're Jonathan. Great to meet you. Let me set some of this down so I can shake your hand. I'm Jim Gilman, Mayor of Alpharetta. I assume these people are with you or just fans? I wasn't sure.
No, these are part of the team for the organization. This is Jake, the senior director, and then these are lead instructors, and then they're part of our executive.
Awesome. So if you would like, would you mind explaining a little bit about why you're here this evening?
Of course. So Pedal Forward is a 501c3 youth-led organization, and we help deliver cycling classes to kids from underserved communities. And so we've held 8 in the past year, and we're continuing to hold them in the spring. We hold about 1 each month, and at those events, we also are able to donate bikes and helmets to all those who need them.
Yeah, it's been an amazing opportunity just to see how big of an impact we've made on the community and how many kids we've been able to help.
Excellent. Let me grab my readers because the font on this proclamation is a little better than my eyes. So this is a proclamation by the Mayor and Council of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia, for Pedal Forward Foundation. Whereas the Pedal Forward Foundation was created in early 2025 by Jonathan Ty in direct response to a gap that emerged when REI Co-op eliminated the bike training classes many Alpharetta families relied on to teach their children how to ride safely. Pedal Forward has made a measurable and lasting impact on the city by expanding access to safe bicycling, youth health, and sustainable transportation. And whereas Pedal Forward was founded to ensure that all families in Alpharetta, regardless of socioeconomic status, have access to free bike riding instruction, properly fitted helmets, and donated bicycles. And whereas since June 2025, Pedal Forward has hosted 8 bike training clinics serving over 210 children from financially underprivileged backgrounds across Alpharetta and greater North Fulton. These clinics emphasize bike safety, confidence building, and healthy outdoor activity aligning with the City of Alpharetta's priorities around youth wellness and active living. Pedal Forward has raised $25,261 since June 2025 to directly support these programs and operates entirely through community partnerships and volunteers. And whereas in December 2025, Pedal Forward partnered with Bike Alpharetta to clean, repair, and donate 277 bikes and over 300 helmets to the North Fulton Community Charities for their annual Toyland initiative, ensuring kids from all backgrounds throughout Alpharetta had access to a bike for the holidays. And whereas Pedal Forward has mobilized over 250 community volunteers by collaborating with philanthropic organizations like the National Charity League, the Young Men's Service League, with chapters including the Alpharetta YMSL and Roswell Alpharetta NCL. And whereas Pedal Forward represents a unique youth-led model of a social entrepreneurship rooted in Alpharetta by transforming the loss of a corporate program into a sustainable, community-driven solution. Pedal Forward has strengthened youth health, transportation access, and volunteerism across the city. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and city council of the city of Alpharetta, do hereby recognize the Pedal Forward Foundation for their contributions to our community and in North Fulton County. So proclaimed this second day of February 2026 by the mayor and city council of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia. Congratulations and thank you. Okay. Let's get it. Let's all squeeze in here so one picture will get you all in here. I'd like to go on this one. Have faith.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you so much, Mayor Gilvin and the Alpharetta City Council. Today you're not just recognizing my team and the people standing here, but every volunteer, every donor, every parent, and every child who has made this mission possible. The people standing up here with me today are all nationally ranked triathletes, and they ranked second as a team at nationals last year. And so they're kind of a testament to what happens when you fight for what you believe in and what you're passionate about, even at such a young age. They still found time in their training to give back to the community and give back to Alpharetta, to the children who need it most. And so with their community service, we have been able to help so many children from underprivileged backgrounds be able to pedal forward regardless of their background or circumstance. And I truly believe that it is the city of Alpharetta's commitment to service, to entrepreneurship, and youth health and wellness that makes the city so great. And so I just want to thank you all on behalf of Pedal Forward for all of the work you do, and just say that we're not done yet. There are still so many kids to serve and so many families to empower that we're going to keep on serving, keep on building, and keep on giving back to the community to show what's possible when you truly do what you believe in. Thank you so much. You want to say something?
So next up on tonight's agenda is the board and commissions. We have several service recognition. First will be the Natural Resource Commissioner, Ben Manley. Good to see you again, Ben. Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, it's been a pleasure. 15 years on the Natural Resources Commission. We've planted trees all over the town, held tons and tons of recycling events, and it's just been a really great way to be a part of the city.
That's awesome. And I was really excited to see that Ben brought his son with him, because when his son was, what, 8?
I think it was around that time.
It was about that time, based on how tall he was at the time. I remember on an Arbor Day, the three of us were all planting trees as part of some of the growing trees in the park back here in Brook Street Park and things like that. And every time I walk by it, I think about his son. And I haven't seen him in years because he was way back then.
Way down there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Russell, you remember that one, right?
Absolutely. But Ben has been a dedicated commissioner for a long time, and you've not only spent your time and your energy, but time away from your family to help participate in the meetings and things like that. We're very grateful for your service. And so I'll read this. As the mayor and city council of the city of Alpharetta hereby recognize Ben Manley for your commitment and service to the city's Natural Resources Commission. For the last 10 plus years, your contributions to this board are evidenced by the superior quality of our city. And we sincerely appreciate your many hours of service to our community. So said and presented by Jim Gilvin, the mayor of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia, Mayor Pro Tem Dan Merkel, Councilmember T. Kirk Driscoll, Councilmember Douglas J. Dorito, Councilmember Katie Reeves, Councilmember John Hypes, and the Councilmember Fergal Brady, who couldn't be here to present it himself. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you very much. And we also have another, well, not really a proclamation, a presentation. Well, Kathy's smiling, so I'll let her speak first.
Thank you. I was just going to say that it's just been incredible to work with you, and then you always go the extra mile. I was sitting there thinking when I was walking up how we were trying to figure out how to convince Pete to install the green paint, and you know how they had accomplished that in some of the other cities, and you know you went the extra mile, sent us other pictures, and you know you always do your research and really want to help the city throughout, and I just appreciate everything that you've done. And I've got to say the lemon ricotta cookies that you bring us every year to the community development is something that we always look forward to, but we really do. You have just been incredible to work with, always bringing ideas, and I hope that we find another place for you to give back, because you're always giving back, and I think we will. So thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
Just thank you to my husband for letting me go every Thursday night during the year.
So I'll give a little more background for those of you that aren't familiar with how the city actually operates. You know, we have about 500 employees here in the city of Alpharetta, but we have hundreds of volunteers on boards and commissions, and Martine has done that very well for a long time, and she's been a big part of our community in many different ways. And so we're very sorry that she's leaving this role right now. I'm sure there won't be too long before you find some way to get back to the community that you love so much, and we appreciate it. So the mayor and city council of the city of Alpharetta hereby recognize Martine Zarinskas for your commitment and service to the city's planning commission for the past 6 years. Your contribution to this board are evidenced by the superior quality of our city, and we sincerely appreciate your many hours of service to our community. Written, once again, mayor and all the council members. I won't make y'all sit through that. But thank you for your service, and we know you're not gone because you'll still be around. And if we mess anything up, you'll be just, I know you will. And we do appreciate it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Next on our agenda is the swearing in of board members and commissioners. Mr. Godfrey. All right, so you have a copy. I will read, and you read and repeat it.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
When we get to the end, I'll shake your hand, you get to sign it, and you'll be a commissioner.
All right.
So this is the oath of office for the Planning Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. I, Chris Godfrey, hereby accept the honor of serving as an alternate member of the Planning Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I, Chris Godfrey, hereby accept the honor of serving as an alternate member of the Planning Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that
I do solemnly swear or affirm that
I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I'm not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I am qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
I am qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
faithfully perform the duties of Planning Commission member,
faithfully perform the duties of a Planning Commission member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's code of ethics and conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's code of ethics and conduct,
and support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
and support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
So sworn the second day of February 2026.
So sworn the second day of February 2026.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. You have a pen? So the next item up on our agenda this evening is the consent agenda. Pretty lengthy consent agenda this evening. I'll go ahead and read the items on the consent agenda, and that's the City Council swearing-in ceremony meetings from the meeting of January 5th, 2026, the City Council meeting minutes from the meeting of January 12th, 2026, premises usage agreement for the Alpharetta Town Commons in the City of Alpharetta, the premises usage agreement with Old Roswell Street LLC in the City of Alpharetta, premises usage agreement with the City of Alpharetta and ZK Teco for Union Hill Overflow Parking, the annual renewal for Title VI Policy Statement and Agreement, the conflict waiver for the service delivery strategy, the warranty deed for Mid-Broadwell Road right-of-way, the purchase and approval of equitable sharing funds, and the financial management report for the month ending December 31st, 2025. Is there anyone here who would like to remove an item from the consent agenda? I don't see any. Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if anyone wants to come forward and speak on the consent agenda, now's your chance. I don't see anyone coming forward. Do I have a motion from council? Motion to approve. Second. I have a motion by Councilman Driscoll and a second by Mayor Pro Tem. Any discussion? It was? It must have been an echo. My apologies. All those in favor of the motion to approve, please vote yes. And it does pass unanimously. So that will wrap up the consent agenda, and we'll move on to the public hearing portion of tonight's meeting. Will our city attorney please announce the public hearing procedures?
Mr. Mayor, I will do so. Any individual requesting to be heard on a matter related to the purpose of the hearing must be first recognized by the mayor before addressing the city council. Upon rising to speak, the speaker must identify him or herself and furnish a home or business address before proceeding with any comments or remarks. The council will allow the proponents a total of 10 minutes to speak in support of an application. Opponents will be allowed 10 minutes to speak in opposition. Comments are accepted first from the applicant, followed by persons speaking in favor, and then from those in opposition. Upon conclusion of any opposing comments or presentations, the mayor will allow the applicant to offer rebuttal if any time is remaining in the original allotted 10 minutes.
Thanks, sir. So the first item up on the public hearing portion of tonight's meeting is PH-26-AL-01, Sulik Coffee and Wine Bar. Ms. Shapiro, I believe you have this item.
Yes, sir, that is correct. Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, we have a application before you, as you mentioned, Sulik Coffee and Wine Bar. So last year, we amended the alcohol ordinance for staff to review and issue alcohol licenses, but in certain circumstances, we would forward any applications to the city council for discussion and approval if there were conditions surrounding the application that we believe would warrant additional review. So just as a background, per our code, alcohol license renewals, which includes submitting an application and also paying for the next year's annual renewal, are due on the 15th of each year. If there is a grace period until December 15th and an establishment does not submit their payment and application, they are allowed and permitted to submit late by December 15th, but there is a 10% penalty. And if you do not submit your alcohol license renewal application by December 15th of each year, the establishment would no longer be eligible for renewal and is required to submit a new application. So that lays the foundation as why this application is before you this evening. Just to kind of give you a history of this license and establishment, the establishment, this application specifically, they failed to renew their alcoholic beverage license for 2026, and they have not been permitted to serve alcohol since December 31st of 2025. Originally, the first application, this establishment was licensed for beer, wine, and Sunday sales in 2022. Later in 2022, they also added liquor to their license. In the end of 2022, the establishment failed to renew their license for 2023 and were required to come forward for a public hearing before my office on February 28th, 2023, and we did issue them a license. In December of 2023, staff received an incomplete renewal application for 2024, which was submitted on the late deadline of December 15th, but they had not submitted payment for their license, and so they failed to renew their license for 2024. In January of 2025, they applied for a new license, but only for wine and Sunday sales. Staff reviewed that application and issued a license, and then we waived the requirement to come before City Council in that year. As I mentioned, in December of 2025, they did not submit any paperwork or payment for their 2026 license, and staff sent at least 4 renewal reminders. At this time, they did submit a new and complete application for on-premise consumption for beer, wine, liquor, and Sunday sales, which our office received a full application on January 22nd of this year, and we moved forward that application to you all for consideration. In addition to failing to renew their license on time in multiple years, The establishment also has a history of delinquency for filing excise tax reports. There's at least 9 months in which they had not been paid on time. And they paid their 2024 and 2025 business occupation tax after the due date. So wanted to provide some history of this application and why it's before you this evening. Staff felt that it was appropriate to share the history of the establishment and with you considering issuing their license. So happy to answer any questions. And this item will flow similar to other public hearing items that we have. And I believe the establishment is here this evening as well.
Thank you, ma'am. Does anyone on council have questions for Ms. Shapiro? Councilman Dorito?
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Shapiro, can you elaborate a little bit further on the late payment of excise taxes, particularly for the 9-month period? I mean, what level of excise tax was unpaid?
So this establishment, it's my understanding based on their self-reporting, they don't appear to have paid or sold quite amount of liquor drinks. Establishments that sell alcohol, they are only pay an excise tax to the city of 3% of their mixed drinks or liquor sales. So it is a small amount. It looks like 2023 was the year that they had their liquor license because the other years they either just had beer and wine or just wine. And it was anywhere, the lowest one was $6.63, and it looks like the highest billing was maybe $51. And then there was the additional interest that was paid on those late payments. But sometimes it seems as though they wouldn't pay the excise tax maybe for like 3 or 4 months at a time. I hope that answers your question.
But at those de minimis amounts?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Ms. Shapiro? Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, it looks like Mr. Driscoll may have had a question.
Councilman Driscoll.
The one thing as it relates to the excise tax, it looks on the sheet that was attached, was it May? Was the May, June of this year was the last time anything was paid to the city?
Hang on 1 second, let me pull up the spreadsheet. So yes, the latest payment was in May of 2025. Those 3 payments were an administration fee and their occupation tax that they paid. It was not paid. Business occupation taxes are due in February of each year, and those were paid in May. So the 3 payments from 2025 were an administration fee, their occupation tax, and then the penalty for non-payment by the deadline.
Right.
So they didn't have a liquor license in 2025. They only
Okay.
had that was limited.
Okay.
So they didn't pay any excise taxes in 2025 because none was required.
Word. Perfect.
Any other questions? Councilman Dorito?
I don't know if the business owner is here to discuss this, but I'd love to understand the trend of filing late for renewal on these licenses. I would like to understand the explanation for that.
And the applicant is here, so they are given time to
Okay.
present their case and answer any questions that you
Thank
may
you.
have. Yes.
Great. Was there anyone who would like to come forward on behalf of the applicant? Now's your opportunity.
And when you come forward, if you don't mind to press the right button on this microphone and state your name and address for the record, please. Yes, ma'am.
Danielle Crawford and 4150 Old Milton Parkway, Suite 120, and obviously Alpharetta, Georgia 30005. I would love to speak to you all and tell you, obviously we started this business, as she stated, really in 2022. We all left corporate America to open up and do our dream. And as you all are business owners are aware, we ran through many challenges just to stay afloat. We gave our whole 401k up to build the business. It was from ground up. And we did well for a while, but we also were green and new in the roles, so we had to learn as we've learned along the way. We do have family and friends that support us and love us and helped us to keep the business just being open. But I think we had to pivot a lot in order to figure out what's working best for us. And I think we figured it out. The first year that we did not renew, I had a house fire. So we were out of our home in October, and the business was secondary to our family. So we had to go through that, but we were able to pay it late and go through that full process again, even though it hurt us. Obviously, we won't make sales if we don't have the wine. We were only selling wine at that point. And then this past year, we were late because quite frankly, we both work. We both work and we leave work and we go and we open that business and we try to give it the best that we can. We just were not on time. Time has not been our friend. So we do have a new plan. We got some help, some people that are in the business, that understand the business, and they gave us some mentorship. And with our own hard-earned money, the money that we work every day for is how we're paying the bills, obviously, to continue to keep the business open. This time, we feel like we do have a solid plan that can help, that will drive our sales and get us back on track. So hopefully, Ms. Shapiro, we're not going to be late again. As far as the taxes, all the taxes that we did owe, we paid in full. We had requested of them to see if we can do it annually because it's better for just the way the operations of our business run. But they said we still have to pay it monthly. And there were months that we could not afford to even pay that because of other bills and things that took precedence over what we had going on. So we're just hoping that you all give us an opportunity this year to see how it goes. I don't think we have another year in us if this doesn't work. But we would love the opportunity to still be in the community. I think the community loves us. They showed us. We didn't ask for one customer review. The reviews that you see are truly from people that come and they shop with us and they love us. And we have not been able to open for over a month and a half. So we're still paying those bills, still trying to get opened, and hoping that we can get this opportunity to get up and running so that we can make some money and give you all some money back. Because we do owe a lot of people still, and our family that love us enough to help us want to keep this thing going. You want to say anything?
Yeah, everything she just said, and both of us, we just came from the corporate and then leave our job. She worked 22 years, I worked 17 years. This is our vision, and then to get this business and then just give us opportunity for the second option. I mean, we are paid for it. I mean, we just need our business to run. We don't want to shut down. We love the community. We love Alpharetta. We live this area, so we just want to help. I mean, we just need help from you guys. Just give us one more chance.
Is that everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Attorneys?
Do we have any other questions for the applicants? Well, I mean, right now is an opportunity if you have questions, but. Does anyone have any questions? I know I do.
And then if you wouldn't mind to come forward to address any comments or questions of the council. Yes, yes, no worries.
No, that's fine. This is the first time we've had to do one of these, quite frankly.
Yes, sir.
So the question I've got is, I understand the challenges of building a business, but you're not even thriving in your business without paying the money you're supposed to the city.
Yes, sir.
So how do you anticipate, what's your business plan that's going to give us any confidence, not only that you'll pay us,
Right.
but that you'll be able to
Well,
continue in business?
just to help you understand also, we were 5 days late. We were in communication with code enforcement, Officer Grayson, and they told us that we still had to go through the process. December 15th deadline hit. We were already in communication with him. I wish we were doing it every day. We both worked though. And 5 days later, we were begging, saying, hey, we have the money to renew full cost, the $5,000, I want to say $5,300. And he said, nope, you can't do it. You have to start back over. So we had to wait, which is what we did. We are prepared to pay. And obviously, this is the money we work for. I'm in insurance sales. Obviously, I work really hard every day. So I'm willing to put every dollar I have to ensure that we don't go backwards. We learned those mistakes. we can't afford to make any more mistakes, quite frankly. You know, we've been out in this, literally to the point where I've had family take me in so that we can make sure that business stays afloat. Clearly, we have a dream. Clearly, we don't want to work for free. We want to make sales. And if this does not work for us, we know that this was not our path and we will move on. But we have the means to pay today. We have the means to actually have a solid plan that we will pay monthly, the taxes that are due for alcohol, the monthly taxes to the state for our non-alcoholic items, and then we just have better operational practices in our business so that we're not splitting our time and we're putting our dedication and everything that we have into Sulit instead of separating it. I'm working here, she's working there, and we're trying to make it work. We literally know we can get it done. And if it can't, this is our last year anyways, because this is our final year that we believe we can make a difference.
And I appreciate all of that you believe you can.
Yes, sir.
Your track record doesn't show
I
much
understand.
confidence in our ability to believe that that's going to succeed, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes,
The
sir.
challenge I face as the mayor is we've got hundreds of businesses that are serving and competing in that same arena.
Yes, sir.
They're paying their licenses.
Yes, sir.
They're paying all the fees. How do I explain to them why we're supporting a competitor who doesn't play by the law and the rules?
I don't think, I mean, everybody has a unique situation. Everybody has opportunities in their own business. I can tell you that we have paid whatever is due to, we don't owe any more to my knowledge. We don't have anything else that we need to pay that is due with taxes or with fines with the city. And we've paid the late fees that were charged on top of it. If this is our money, we know that we don't want to just throw money away either. I don't think any business will want to throw money away. Our goal is to make money. And right now, we have been sitting waiting to pay that bill, but we have to go through this process, which I appreciate that you do have this process. We don't want to just give money away. I'd rather keep it for myself. I'm sure she would rather get her money back also. So I'm just saying, all you can do is go off of our word for this time. I don't know any other way to tell you. Besides, we want to give it the best we got. We've been working hard enough. We don't want to just walk away from it. We know we have an opportunity, and we know we can do it. And then hold us accountable if we don't.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else on council have a question for the applicant? Thank you very much. Do we have any public comment cards?
We do not for this item, Mr. Mayor.
However, if anyone would like to come forward and speak in favor of this item, now's your chance to do so. I don't see anyone come forward, so we'll close public comment in favor. Do we have any public comment in opposition? Once again, I do not see anyone come forward to speak in opposition, so we'll close public comment on this item. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, hopefully we just get the opportunity.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Mayor.
That being said, I'll call for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd offer a motion tonight to approve PH-26-AL-01 Sulit Coffee and Wine Bar liquor license.
Second.
It's not a renewal, it's a new one, right?
Yes, that is correct.
There you go.
I believe the motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem. I'm not sure who said. Second by Councilman Dorito. Any discussion? Councilman Dorito?
Ms. Crawford, your colleague, I didn't catch her name, so my apologies. I appreciate you coming tonight and making a passionate plea for your business. I absolutely can understand small businesses having difficulty transitioning into what they're trying to make successful business here in Alpharetta. I hope your house fire, I hope everything, you recovered from that well and nobody got hurt and all that good stuff, because that's important, more important than this liquor license, frankly. The reason why I asked the questions of our city clerk and yourselves was you know, we take liquor licenses in the city pretty seriously, obviously. It's one of those licenses that we have to regulate and make sure that people are living up to the rules, because if you can't manage the license and the collection and remittance of excise taxes to the city timely, it's a reflection potentially on the business, or a perception, I should say. Are you also upholding the laws, the liquor laws in your establishment, as far as underage drinking and all those things, and making sure you have servers that are, you know, certified to distribute the liquor and all that good stuff. So the reason for kind of this scrutiny is because we take liquor licenses pretty seriously here in Alpharetta, and frankly, probably all around the country. I will say that I appreciate your passionate plea. I'm obviously supporting your new liquor license, and I just hope this experience has taught you that, you know, any failure in the future is going to probably result in the liquor license being taken away for good, or not allowing it to be renewed. So I hope you leave here tonight, if is supported by council, to issue the new liquor license, that you take the discussion here very seriously, and that you administer your business in a way that upholds the laws and the requirements of the city of Alpharetta.
Any other discussion? I'm just curious, from our city attorney, is it possible for us to structure it in a way that I could make a friendly amendment saying that they were allowed to apply and get their permits? However, if at any point they fail to make the payments that are required by law, that they would lose that license?
So your ordinance spells out a specific procedure to revoke a license, and I think you have to follow that specific procedure. The clerk already has the power to initiate that procedure. I think if a monthly or quarterly excise tax is unpaid, or if something else goes unpaid, that procedure can be initiated, but you can't deprive them of that procedure at the outset. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Would you accept a friendly amendment to that effect?
Well, I think I'd be in violation, is what he's saying.
No.
You could certainly make the motion subject to, say, the clerk shall immediately initiate revocation proceedings if any obligation of the licensee is unfulfilled in a timely manner. I think you could do that.
The only reason I request is because I won't support it if we don't, but that's fine. If the majority doesn't want it, or if the people that made the motion, I'm fine losing, that's okay. But I just don't feel right holding other businesses in the city of Alpharetta to those laws and ordinances, and allowing them to repeatedly, for years after years, failing to do so. I just don't have a good conscience about looking the next business in the face about it. So,
Matt, if I hear you right, you're not asking to change the ordinance, you're just asking that the ordinance and the repercussions that are built into the ordinance are followed, which is their job anyways.
If you wouldn't mind to turn your mic on, just so it's captured for the video, I'm sorry. But yes, you are correct.
So yes, I'm happy with the friendly amendment, because I think it's just a notice to our staff that they have to be there.
and a notice to the applicants. It's like, look, we're giving you this last chance,
Yeah.
but this is a last chance.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Does everybody understand what I was?
I'm good with it. I'm good with, outlining the, ordinance and finding the correct verbiage for us.
Mr. Mayor, just to capture your friendly amendment, it would read something like, and also authorizing the clerk to immediately initiate revocation proceedings if the establishment fails to remit excise taxes or is out of compliance with the ordinance
How about out
in
of
any way.
compliance?
Yeah, or out of compliance.
Just out of compliance.
Yeah.
Because then that covers all of the ordinance.
Is that fine with you?
What I'm trying to understand is, how is that different than what we already have? I mean, we're here because of repeated failure to adhere to that, right? So,
I think it would remove any, make it, I guess, very, very objective. Say, we have given this establishment, for example, a couple of chances to come into compliance on their own. We waived the city council proceeding in 1 year. We allowed them to file late another year. And then also, our cashier's office did not assess the penalty for some of the late excise taxes, only the interest. There's a penalty and an interest payment if excise taxes aren't paid by the 20th of the month. So this would make it incredibly objective of, no, we've given you enough chances and now we're wanting strict compliance with our ordinance.
okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Everyone clear on the motion? All those in favor of the motion to approve as amended, please vote yes, otherwise vote accordingly. And the motion does pass 4-2. Congratulations, you got your one more chance. You're welcome. I truly hope that you're able to make the best of it. So that'll wrap up public hearing portion of tonight's meeting, and we'll move on to new business. The first new business item is the ordinance for the fiscal year 2026 budget amendment. First reading, City Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You'll be considering the first reading of an ordinance by the mayor and council of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia, to adopt a fiscal year 2026 budget amendment for certain funds of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia, appropriating the amounts shown in each budget as expenditures, adopting the items of revenue anticipation, prohibiting expenditures to exceed appropriations, and prohibiting expenditures to exceed actual funding available.
Thank you, sir. Director Harris, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Yes, this is the first reading of the amended mid-year budget for the 2026 budget. These are the same amendment items that were presented at the retreat. It's been no changes. Just an overview overall. The general fund has a reallocation of certain personnel costs, which no new positions, and there was actually a positive number with the movement of the public safety and the change to the assistant city administrator and those positions. Then the general fund also recognized additional revenues in the insurance premium taxes, allowing us the ability to pay the subsidy of E911 and $75,000 over to solid waste fund for subsidization. In the end, we were able to drop like $300,000 into our line item, contingency line item in our general fund, positive increase because of the revenues were that we recognized greater than those expenses I mentioned. In the capital project fund, it's pretty much just reallocating, reappropriating some fundings for Dryden Road and Alpha Link, and just changing the sources between the impact fee fund and the T-SPLOS fund. Also recognizing some interest earnings and the T-SPLOS revenues through the end of the year and putting those dollars in non-allocated capital. So other than, other than a roof replacement of $70,000, that's the only real new item in the capital expenditure list. So that's it.
Do we have any questions for Director Harris? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if there's anyone that would like to come forward, now's your opportunity to do so. Don't see anyone coming forward, so we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, I'd offer a motion tonight to approve the ordinance for fiscal year 2026 budget amendment as presented this evening.
Second?
I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem, a second by Councilman Dorito. Any discussion? Councilmember Reeves.
So I'm the newbie, or one of the newbies, and you know, sometimes when you look at the council meetings, whether you're in the audience or you're at home, it looks like, wow, you know, like all that stuff happened and like there wasn't a whole lot of discussion. We have had a lot of discussion. We've had a lot of discussion about all of the items on here. And the thing that I really appreciated as a new council member is that all of the items that were presented in Exhibit A were so easy to follow. So I appreciate the fact that you've made that not, you know, high finance speak, and you've made that very clear for somebody who's new, like me, to understand. And I encourage any of our residents who have any questions about our budgeting to take a look at it, because it is very well done. And you made it a lot easier for this new council member's first mid-year budget. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote yes. And it does pass unanimously. So we'll move on to the next item, which is the purchase approval for cybersecurity renewal with MGT Impact Solutions, LLC. Director Montgomery, you have the floor on this item.
Excuse me. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The item for you tonight is the purchase approval of a cybersecurity renewal through MGT Impact Solutions LLC. This is an annual renewal that we renew every year. There is a slight difference this year in the sense that we have added for the first time our firewalls, which were purchased initially with a 3-year renewal in there. So this is year 4 for those devices, and they've been added to them, which created an increase of $28,000 this year. The renewal is in the amount of $126,794.46 with MGT Impact Solutions. This is the company that has assisted us with this particular product for several years. We have, as just part of our normal procurement, reached out and got 2 other quotes, which were CDWG and SHI. They were both higher than MGT, and so we're recommending approval through MGT Solutions. The software, I'm not going to get into the details of what the software is as a cybersecurity renewal, but just understand these are, if you think about the old school antivirus, this is that on like steroids. So that's a big portion of what it is in terms of our endpoint management and our firewalls. Happy to answer any questions you may have on the item.
Do we have any questions for Director Montgomery? Well done, no questions.
Thanks, sir.
Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if anyone would like to come forward and speak on this item, now's your chance. Don't see anyone coming forward, so we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Yes, Mayor, I move to approve the renewal with MGT Impact Solutions LLC for $126,794.46 as outlined this evening by our Director of IT and with authorization of the Mayor to execute all necessary documents.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Dorito, a second by Mayor Pro Tem. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. Anyone in favor of this item, please vote yes. And it does pass unanimously. We'll move right along to the contract approval for the Alpharetta Jail Health Services. Chief Lindgren, you're up.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. For your consideration, we have the contract between the City of Alpharetta and Southern Health Partners for health services in the jail. The understanding of this was, as we had to update our assumptions as we were going through this process of putting this jail together very quickly. So the number that we have before you of $78,000 is different than what we had originally budgeted, but we did budget What is unclear to me was the reason for that difference, if it was just for the partial year that didn't get updated when we put out the full budget, or if it was because those services are just not available to us anymore. We did explore several different options and different vendors. Southern Health Partners not only was able to do what we asked them to do, but they were much cheaper than anybody else as we went through this process.
Councilman Hypes?
Chief Lundgren, thank you for the update and bringing this forward. Back on September 8th, when we did the approval of the expenditure for the jail, I went back and looked at the meeting minutes, and it was an additional expense of $1,600,811. And my question is all of this appropriation and this expense in addition to that number, or some or all of that subsumed into that number?
In discussing with finance, I think we have savings in other places, so they believe that we're going to be under budget still with this current number, and we've accounted for it going forward.
So we're at or under, in this fiscal year for the jail, $1,600,811 of additional expense.
That's correct.
Because I'm looking for any surprises that may come along from
You
out
and
of a
me, sir,
budget.
both.
So, okay, that's what I need to know. Thanks.
Any other questions from council? Thank you, Chief. Yes, sir. Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if you'd like to come forward and speak on this, now is your chance. Don't see anyone coming forward, so we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council on this item?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a motion. I'd like to make a motion to approve the contract approval for the Alpharetta Jail Health Services as presented by the chief.
We have a motion. Second. And we have a second by Mayor Pro Tem. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve, please vote yes. And it does pass unanimously. Next item is the Memorandum of Understanding for the City of Alpharetta and City of Johns Creek Parks Without Borders. Loretta Rogers. It's a fun time.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Council. We're here tonight seeking the annual approval of the program of a memorandum of understanding between the City of Alpharetta and the City of Johns Creek, known as Parks Without Borders. This program allows residents of Alpharetta and Johns Creek to register for either city's programs at the resident rate for football, soccer, softball, and lacrosse. With this particular memorandum of understanding, we're adding football, which we provide, and cricket that Johns Creek provides. It doesn't change monetarily anything. It just adds those programs that really we're able to add for our residents' programs that we're not offering. So this is just the annual renewal of that particular program. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions from council? Thank you, sir.
Right, thank you.
Ms. Shapiro?
We have no public comment cards for this item.
However, if you'd like to come forward and speak about Parks Without Borders, now's your chance. I don't see anyone coming forward, so we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Yes, Mayor, I make a motion that council approve a memorandum of understanding between the City of Alpharetta and City of Johns Creek for Parks Without Borders and authorize the mayor to execute all necessary documents.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Hypes, second by Councilmember Reeves. Any discussion? I'll just say it seems like a win-win for everybody involved. So
It does.
always glad to work with Parks and Rec as long as they reciprocate. All those in favor of the motion, please vote yes. It passes unanimously. So that'll wrap up that portion of tonight's meeting. Ms. Shapiro, do we have any other public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if anyone would like to come forward, now's your opportunity. I don't see anyone coming forward. Mr. Lagerbloom, do we require an executive session this evening?
We do not.
Amen. So, that being said, any reports? Councilman Hypes.
Yeah, I'd like to announce to the chamber and public listening in that there will be a promotional ceremony by the fire department this coming Friday. Chief, it's at 10 a.m., I believe? 11 a.m., pardon me.
I think it's 10.
I think it's 10 too. So 10 o'clock this coming Friday, be here at City Hall, and it's a wonderful thing, and some well-deserved people will be receiving promotions. Public is invited.
Well, since Councilman Hypes missed the opportunity, I'd like to let everyone know that the Alpharetta Symphony is going to have a concert coming up very soon.
I believe the mayor is going to be welcoming a packed house this coming Friday evening, so that alone is worth the price of admission.
Just wanted to let everybody know, Alpharetta Symphony is back on track. That being said, do we need a motion to adjourn? Councilman Hypes, second by Councilmember Reeves. Any discussion? All those in favor of adjourning, please vote yes.
There are a few signatures needed over here.
And it passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. Look forward to seeing you the next time.